Well, we welcome their recommendations. What the report shows is that the current planning processes mean that people who have houses or own expensive houses do pretty well in the market because the value of their houses keeps going up. People who have low quality houses or haven't been able to buy one yet really struggle. So housing affordability is an issue about fairness, particularly for those younger families who are trying to get into home ownership. And so the government's going to take these recommendations pretty seriously. The Productivity Commission went through a thorough process, putting out a report, getting a range of submissions, and probably for the first time has brought together work that's been done over the last 6 or 7 years around housing affordability. Over the last 10 years we've seen a sharp rise in housing prices, well ahead of people's incomes, and for the government affordable housing is important. It's important for many New Zealanders, so we'll be acting, we'll be considering their recommendations and then hopefully be able to act on some.
So I believe most of the money is put into social housing. Is the government willing to put any more money into social housing and perhaps divert some of Housing New Zealand's money toward it?
I think we've got to get at the underlying cause of the problem. The fact that housing prices have gone up so much and that it's creating a real problem for lower income New Zealanders is putting pressure on our social housing, because if people can't find their way in the market, then they're becoming more dependent on the government to subsidise them. So we would rather solve the basic problem first, that is get the housing market operating so it's fair and so that people can get a fair go at getting into it. With respect to social housing policy, the Productivity Commission is essentially telling us that we need to make change on a faster, on a larger scale. Now, we've been pretty cautious about the change and kept it small scale because we want to make sure we understand what's really happening with housing corp in this very large stock of houses, a lot of which isn't actually in good condition and is not that helpful, and a lot of New Zealanders who are under pressure on housing costs. So we'll continue to be pretty cautious, but the Productivity Commission's got advice and we'll listen to them.
There are some fairly clear pointers that Auckland in particular has a problem with land use, etc. Do you see the need to provide the Auckland City with any specific direction to release a bit more land than it has at the moment?
Well, there's already been quite a lot of discussion with the Auckland Council around its policies on densification, and I think some acknowledgement so far that they need to take into account the needs of lower income New Zealanders, because the existing policies have tended to push prices up pretty sharply in Auckland, more so than anywhere else. So there's been a bit of progress so far, and we would certainly want to continue that discussion. Otherwise, you'll get to a situation where any family who earns under 60 or 70,000 can't hope to own a home in Auckland. That would be very unfair.